I stared at my phone screen, heart pounding as my sister's message popped up. Here, you talk to him. Maybe you'll see he's not so bad. Attached was a phone number belonging to the guy she'd met on that sketchy dating app. Little did I know, that single text would unravel my carefully guarded life, forcing me to confront desires I'd buried deep under layers of family expectations and self-doubt. My name is Rael, 25, living in the bustling suburbs of Chicago, where the wind off Lake Michigan carried whispers of change I wasn't ready to hear. I'd always been the protective brother, the one who vetted every boyfriend my sister Emily brought home since our parents died in that car crash 5 years ago. Emily, 2 years older, was my rock, but lately she'd been spiraling, jumping from one bad date to another, chasing validation in pixels and profiles. When she told me about Ryan, the charming software engineer from the app, alarm bells rang. He's too perfect, I said during our weekly dinner at her apartment. These apps are full of players. Dump him before you get hurt. She laughed it off, but her eyes betrayed a flicker of uncertainty. That's when she forwarded his number, half jokingly, half desperately. Fine, Mr. Skeptic. You grill him. I didn't plan to text him. Why would I? I was knee-deep in my own mess, working a dead-end job at a marketing firm, hiding my sexuality from Emily because coming out felt like risking the only family I had left. But that night, alone in my cramped studio apartment, curiosity gnawed at me. What if he was as shady as I thought? What if protecting her meant exposing him? My fingers hovered over the keyboard, inner turmoil churning like a storm. You're just being a good brother, I told myself. Nothing more. Finally, I typed, Hey, this is Rael, Emily's brother. She mentioned you. Mind if we chat? Send. No going back. Ryan replied almost instantly, Sure, man. Emily talks about you a lot. What's up? His tone was casual, disarming. We started with small talk, his job at a tech startup, my marketing gigs, but soon it veered deeper. He asked about our family, and I found myself opening up about the accident, the void it left. Sounds tough, he said. I've lost people too. Makes you appreciate the real connections. His words hit like a lifeline, stirring something unfamiliar in my chest. Was this empathy or manipulation? I pushed the thought aside, focusing on probing for red flags. But as texts flew back and forth, I realized he wasn't the villain I'd imagined. He was thoughtful, funny, with a dry wit that mirrored mine. By midnight, I was laughing at his stories of failed blind dates, my guard slipping without warning. The next day, guilt twisted in my gut. Emily called, excited. So, did you scare him off? I hesitated, mumbling, Not yet. Inside, conflict raged. Why am I enjoying this? I wondered, staring at our chat history. Ryan's messages felt genuine, pulling at threads I'd ignored for years. My attraction to men, suppressed since high school crushes I'd dismissed as phases. Coming out wasn't an option. Emily's conservative upbringing, inherited from our parents, made her wary of anything non-traditional. She'd once ranted about a cousin's same-sex wedding, calling it confusing for the kids. If she knew about me, would she pull away? And now here I was drawn to the man she liked. It was betrayal wrapped in confusion, and I hated myself for it. We kept texting, under the guise of me vetting him. Ryan shared vulnerabilities. His parents' divorce, his struggle with anxiety in a high-pressure job. Sometimes I feel like I'm faking it all, he confessed one evening. I replied, Me too, like I'm playing a role everyone expects. Our conversations became a secret refuge, where I could be honest without fear. But each exchange amplified my inner storm. This is wrong, my mind screamed. He's for Emily. Yet, when he suggested meeting for coffee, to prove I'm not a serial killer, I agreed, telling myself it was for her sake. Deep down, I knew it was a lie. The cafe was crowded, sunlight filtering through large windows. But my world narrowed to Ryan as he walked in, tall, with messy brown hair and eyes that crinkled when he smiled. Rael, right? He extended a hand, his grip firm yet warm. We sat, and the conversation flowed effortlessly, like we'd known each other forever. He talked about Emily with respect, but no spark in his voice. She's great, but I don't know, timing's off. My heart raced. Was he hinting, or was I projecting? As we parted, he said, "Text me anytime. Not just about your sister." Back home, I paced, thoughts colliding. What are you doing? This could destroy everything. But the pull was undeniable. A whisper of possibility amid the chaos. Emily noticed my distraction during our next call. "You okay? You seem off." I brushed it off, but the guilt festered. How could I steal her chance at happiness? Yet, Ryan's messages lit up my days, making me feel seen for the first time. The conflict tore at me, loyalty to family versus the ache for authenticity. I had to choose, but every option felt like loss. Days blurred into a haze of stolen moments, my phone a constant companion buzzing with Ryan's words. "Missed our chat yesterday," he'd text, and I'd smile despite the knot in my stomach. Emily had gone on another date with him, raving about his charm afterward, oblivious to the web entangling us all. "He's perfect, Rael. Thanks for pushing me to give him a shot." Her gratitude stung like salt in a wound, amplifying my self-loathing. "You're a traitor." I berated myself in the mirror, eyes hollow from sleepless nights. End it now. But I couldn't. Ryan's vulnerability mirrored mine, drawing me in like a moth to flame. One evening, after a grueling day at work where my boss dismissed my ideas yet again, I vented to Ryan, "Feels like I'm invisible sometimes." His response came swift. "You're not to me. Let's grab drinks? Clear your head." I agreed, heart hammering with equal parts excitement and dread. We met at a cozy bar in Wrigleyville, the hum of conversations masking my inner turmoil. Ryan leaned in, his presence intoxicating without a drop of alcohol. "Tell me more about you," he urged, eyes locked on mine. I hesitated, then poured out fragments of my truth. The pressure to be the strong one for Emily, the loneliness of hiding who I am. He listened, nodding, sharing his own battles with identity. "I came out in college," he admitted softly. "It was hell at first, but freeing." My breath caught. He was gay? The revelation hit like a thunderclap, reshaping everything. "Why date my sister then?" I blurted, voice laced with accusation and hope. Ryan sighed, rubbing his temples. "Bi, actually. Thought I could make it work with women, but it's complicated. Emily's amazing, but the connection's not there." His honesty cracked something inside me. He's like me, I thought, a surge of relief mingling with terror. We talked late into the night, vulnerabilities laid bare. As we walked out, his hand brushed mine accidentally, or was it? Sending sparks through my veins. Back home, I collapsed on the bed, mind racing. This changes nothing, I lied to myself. It changes everything. The attraction I'd denied ignited, but so did the guilt. Pursuing this meant hurting Emily, betraying the bond we'd forged in grief. The next morning, Emily texted, "Ryan's acting weird, distant. Did you say something?" Panic surged. I called her, feigning innocence. "No, why?" She vented, her voice cracking. "I really like him, Rael. Don't mess this up for me." Her words were daggers, twisting deeper into my conscience. What kind of brother am I? I agonized, pacing the room. Memories flooded. Emily holding me after the funeral, promising we'd always have each other. How could I risk that for a maybe? Yet, Ryan's message arrived. "Last night was real. Hope we can do it again." The conflict raged, tearing me apart. Loyalty versus longing, safety versus self. I met Ryan again, this time at a park overlooking the lake, waves crashing like my emotions. "We need to talk," I said, voice trembling. He nodded, sensing the gravity. "About Emily?" I confessed my turmoil, the fear of losing her, the pull toward him. "I get it," he replied, eyes earnest. "Family's everything, but hiding who you are, it eats you alive." His words resonated, echoing my deepest fears. We sat in silence, the weight of unspoken desires hanging between us. When he left, I felt hollow, questioning every choice. Is this worth the pain? My mind screamed no, but my heart whispered yes. Emily confronted me days later over coffee. "You've been texting Ryan a lot. What's going on?" Her eyes searched mine, suspicion dawning. I deflected, but the lie tasted bitter. Inside, shame coiled tighter. How long could I keep this facade? The drama escalated. My inner world a battlefield of conflicting loyalties. As weeks passed, Ryan and I grew closer in secret, our bond deepening through late-night calls where we shared dreams and fears. "I think I'm falling for you," he admitted one night, voice raw. The confession shattered my defenses, joy warring with dread. This is real, I thought, but at what cost? Emily's happiness, our family's fragile peace, all jeopardized by my selfishness. The secret gnawed at me relentlessly, turning every interaction with Emily into a minefield of half-truths and averted eyes. "Why are you so distant lately?" she asked during our Sunday brunch, her fork hovering midair. I mumbled about work stress, but her gaze pierced through the excuse. "It's Ryan, isn't it? He ghosted me after your vetting chats." Guilt crashed over me like a tidal wave, drowning any response. "Tell her," a voice urged. "End the deception." But fear paralyzed me. The thought of her rejection, of shattering our bond over my hidden truth. That afternoon, alone in my apartment, I replayed our parents' voices in my head. Family first, always. They'd been traditional, church-going folks in the Midwest heartland, where differences were whispered about, not celebrated. Emily had inherited that mindset, her discomfort with change evident in subtle comments about alternative lifestyles. Coming out to her meant risking isolation, becoming the family outcast. Yet, suppressing my feelings for Ryan felt like suffocating slowly. Who am I if I can't be honest? The question haunted me, fueling sleepless nights filled with what-ifs. Ryan sensed my turmoil during our next meetup, a quiet diner on the outskirts of town. "You're pulling away," he said, hurt flickering in his eyes. I confessed fragments. The fear, the loyalty bind. "I don't want to force you," he replied, voice steady but pained. "But living a lie, it's no life." His words struck deep, igniting a firestorm of emotions. We parted with a lingering hug, his warmth seeping into my soul, making the choice even harder. Back home, I stared at his photo on my phone, heart aching. He sees me, truly. But Emily's tearful call later that evening amplified the agony. "I thought he was the one, rail. Why does this always happen?" The conflict peaked at a family gathering, our aunt's birthday in the suburbs, where relatives grilled me about my single status. Emily pulled me aside, whispering, "You need to find someone. Don't end up alone like me." Her concern twisted the knife. "If only you knew," I thought, bitterness rising. That night, I texted Ryan, "I can't do this anymore." His response, "Meet me one last time?" We did, at the same park, under a sky heavy with unspoken regrets. "Tell me what's really holding you back," he pressed. Tears welled as I admitted my sexuality, the fear of losing Emily. Ryan's eyes softened. "Coming out is terrifying, but it's your truth." His support cracked my resolve, but doubt lingered. What if she's not ready? What if I destroy us? Days later, the dam broke. Emily found our text thread on my phone, left unlocked in a moment of carelessness. "What the hell, Rail?" She confronted me in her living room, face pale with shock. "You're with him? Behind my back." The betrayal in her voice gutted me. I stammered explanations, but she cut me off. "I trusted you. How could you?" Tears streamed down her face, mirroring my own. "I'm gay, I whispered, the words finally free but laced with pain. She recoiled, silence deafening. "I need time," she said, voice breaking, before storming out. Alone, devastation consumed me. "I've lost her," I thought, curling into myself. Ryan called, offering comfort, but even his voice couldn't pierce the void. The societal weight pressed down, judgments from family, whispers in our conservative circle. Was love worth this fracture? My mind spiraled into despair, questioning every step. As Emily distanced herself, ignoring my calls, The isolation deepened. Ryan became my anchor, our bond strengthening amid the storm. "We'll get through this," he assured during hushed conversations. But doubt festered. Is this fair to him? To her? The drama intensified, inner conflicts clashing like thunder. Weeks turned into a torturous limbo, Emily's silence a constant ache in my chest. I'd replay our confrontation endlessly, her shocked expression haunting my dreams. "How could you hide this from me?" she'd yelled, words echoing in my mind like accusations. Because I was scared, I admitted inwardly, the truth bitter. Scared of losing the only person who mattered. Ryan tried to bridge the gap, suggesting I give her space, but his optimism clashed with my growing despair. "She'll come around," he said during a late-night walk along the Chicago River, his hand in mine a fragile comfort. But doubt whispered otherwise, fueling self-recrimination. "You caused this. Your choices broke everything." Family whispers reached me through cousins. "Emily's upset about Rail. Something about a guy." The societal backlash loomed, our Midwestern roots steeped in tradition where being gay was tolerated at best, condemned at worst. Aunt Linda called, voice laced with concern. "Is it true? We can pray about it." Her words ignited fury and shame, reminding me of the battles ahead. Why can't love just be love? I raged internally, fists clenched. Ryan shared his own scars, rejection from old friends, strained family ties. His resilience inspiring yet painful. "It's worth it for us," he murmured one evening, but I wondered if I believed it. The turning point came unexpectedly. Emily showed up at my door, eyes red-rimmed, clutching a photo of us as kids. "I miss you," she said, voice trembling. We sat on the couch, the air thick with unspoken hurts. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" she asked, hurt raw. I poured out years of fear, the suppression, the loneliness. "I thought you'd hate me." Tears fell as she listened, her hand eventually finding mine. "I could never hate you, Rail. But stealing Ryan, that hurts." The confession hung heavy, my guilt resurfacing. "It wasn't planned," I whispered. "But he's everything." She nodded slowly, processing. "I need to understand this part of you." Our reconciliation was tentative, laced with awkward questions and lingering tension. "Are you happy?" she asked days later over coffee. Terrified, but yes. Ryan joined us eventually, the meeting fraught with unease. Emily's politeness masked her pain, but a spark of acceptance glimmered. Yet, societal pressures mounted. Friends distancing, judgmental stares at gatherings. Is this the price of authenticity? I questioned nightly, inner turmoil unrelenting. As bonds mended slowly, new conflicts arose. Emily dated again, but comparisons to Ryan lingered in her eyes, breeding resentment. "You got the happy ending," she snapped once, voice cracking. The accusation stung, reopening wounds. Ryan and I navigated our relationship amid the chaos, his patience a lifeline. But doubt persisted. Did I deserve this joy at her expense? The emotional weight crushed heavier, every interaction a reminder of the fractures I'd caused. Family therapy sessions revealed deep-seated biases, Emily admitting her own prejudices. "I was wrong," she confessed tearfully. Progress came in fits, but the journey exhausted me, questioning if love could truly conquer all. Healing fractured slowly, each day a battle against lingering shadows of doubt and regret. Emily and I rebuilt our bond through honest talks, her acceptance growing from reluctant tolerance to genuine support. "I'm proud of you," she said one afternoon in Grant Park, wind tousling her hair, but her eyes held a flicker of loss, a reminder of the cost. Ryan stood by me, our love deepening amid the turmoil, yet I couldn't shake the guilt. Her happiness sacrificed for mine, I thought, the weight suffocating. Societal echoes amplified the pain. Disapproving relatives at holidays, subtle exclusions that chipped at my resolve. Was coming out worth this isolation? Ryan proposed a weekend getaway to escape the pressure. But even there, in a quaint cabin up north, inner demons pursued. What if Emily never fully forgives? I confessed by the fire, voice breaking. He held me close, whispering, "We're building something real. Give it time." His faith clashed with my cynicism, sparking arguments born of fear. "You don't get it," I'd snap. "This is my family." The drama peaked during a heated call from Emily. Mom and Dad would be heartbroken. Her words gutted me, resurrecting ghosts of disapproval. Am I dishonoring them? The question tormented, blending grief with identity crisis. Back in Chicago, tensions exploded at a family dinner. Uncle Joe cornered me. "This lifestyle, it's not right." Emily defended me fiercely, her voice rising. "He's my brother. Love him or leave." The standoff shattered illusions of easy acceptance, leaving me raw. Ryan waited outside, his embrace a sanctuary, but exhaustion mounted. How much more can I endure? Nights blurred into tearful reflections, weighing love against legacy. Yet, glimmers of hope emerged. Emily introduced us to her new support group friends, allies in the LGBTQ+ community, their stories mirroring ours. "You're not alone," one said, easing the isolation. Ryan and I volunteered at Pride events, finding strength in solidarity. But Emily's lingering hurt surfaced in quiet moments. "I wish things were different." Her vulnerability mirrored mine, forging deeper empathy. As months passed, equilibrium settled uneasily. Our trio navigated new norms, shared holidays, cautious optimism. Ryan's ring on my finger symbolized commitment, but shadows lingered. Did my choices heal or harm? The question persisted, a constant undercurrent. In the end, love prevailed, scarred but resilient. But was it right for Rail to pursue Ryan, knowing it would fracture his bond with Emily?